There are some people who are so evil that even writing about them makes me feel dirty. And this guy, well, he's one of those people. So, let's get into it. Peter Kürten, aka the Vampire of Düsseldorf, was a German serial killer and vampire who lived between 1927 and 1996. But that's not how he earned his nickname. No, that came later. He had a very normal upbringing until his father abandoned the family when Peter was just a baby. This turned his mother into a bitter, hateful person who took all her frustrations out on Peter. She beat him, starved him, and locked him in a closet for extended periods of time. If that wasn't bad enough, she also made him sleep while standing next to her bed in case he tried to molest her while she was sleeping. Needless to say, this didn't turn Peter into an upstanding citizen. When he grew up, he became a pathological liar, con artist, and thief. In 1956, he married a woman named Josie. Together they had 2 children and settled in Düsseldorf, West Germany. But there was a problem. Peter was an alcoholic and a violent person. So much so that at one point, Josefina had to take their children and leave Peter for a month until he calmed down. When she returned, she found a dead rat in their bed. Peter had apparently killed it for sport. After leaving Peter again, Josefina found it in her car with a dead cat and dog, so she called the police, and Peter was arrested for animal abuse. However, he was soon released, and he went to live with his sister instead. While living with his sister, Peter began attending a church and joined the choir. It was around this time he met his new victim, Ilsa Adam. Ilsa was a secretary who worked for a doctor. She was born in Poland, but moved to Germany after marrying a German soldier during World War II. Unfortunately for her, she developed breast cancer and she only had a few months to live. So she decided to move to Düsseldorf to be closer to her sister and receive treatment. Peter contacted her through a friend and told her that he could help her. On April 3rd, 1976, Elsie took Peter's Volkswagen Beetle to the hospital. A few hours later, he drove her back home, but she was never seen alive again. Peter told the police that she died in front of him, but they weren't buying it. They knew that she was still alive and that Peter had kidnapped her. The police searched everywhere for her and even interviewed Peter a number of times, each time becoming more and more suspicious. They found traces of blood in his car and in his apartment, and when they searched his apartment, they found a number of strange items like women's underwear, stockings, and jewelry. They also found a video camera in the apartment of one of his friends. After searching through it, they found footage of Peter with another missing woman. With all this evidence, Peter finally confessed and led the police to a spot in the woods where he buried Elsie's body. But that wasn't the end of it. While Peter was in custody, 2 more women went missing, and when the police searched Peter's apartment again, they found photos of them. They then searched his car and found blood belonging to one of the victims. Of course, Peter denied everything, but the police knew he was guilty. When one of the victims' relatives saw the news about the missing persons, they recognized Peter from a lineup, and he was quickly arrested. At first, he tried to retract his confession, but when he realized the jig was up, he confessed to killing 8 women. He was sentenced to 5 life sentences plus 22 years. It was during his trial that Peter revealed why he really did it. Apparently, he dipped his bread in blood because he believed it would improve his singing voice. I shit you not. He actually said that if he had known that drinking blood wouldn't make him famous, he wouldn't have done it. The judge responded by saying, "You are a dangerous, manipulative psychopath who will never admit the full extent of his crimes."